I'll give you $1,000 if you can serve me in English." The millionaire chuckled loudly, his friends joining in with mocking laughter. But the girl standing in front of him did not laugh. She simply blinked, lowered her gaze, and held the tray a little tighter. And in that single moment, the entire cafe went silent. Because nobody expected what would happen next. And before I tell you, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. This story will stay with you long after it ends. Lena was 19, quiet, and always looked like she carried a weight far heavier than the tray of coffee cups in her hands. She had moved from one small country to another, doing odd jobs to support her sick mother. Every day, she walked to work before sunrise, cleaned spilled drinks, washed dishes, and served customers who rarely looked her in the eye. But she never complained. She believed life would reward her someday, she just had to keep going. Mr. Raymond, a billionaire known for his arrogance, visited the cafe often. He liked to boast about his wealth, mock the staff, and act as if kindness was beneath him. That day he walked in with 3 business friends, all dressed sharply, laughing loudly as they took a table near the window. They were talking about a big international deal, one that required multiple translators, millions of dollars, and weeks of negotiations. Raymond bragged loudly about how he could buy any language he wanted if he threw money at it. His friends laughed like it was the joke of the century. When Lena approached them politely with the menu, Raymond smirked and said, "Where are you from?" "Wait, you don't look like you know English very well." His friends snickered, whispering under their breath. Lena forced a soft smile. "I know enough to serve," she replied gently. But Raymond wanted to show off. He leaned back and said, "I'll give you $1,000 if you serve my entire order in English. And if you mess up even one word, you get nothing." "Deal." The friends burst into laughter again, as if he had announced a comedy show. Lena felt her throat tighten. $1,000 could buy medicines, pay rent, maybe even allow her mother to rest a few days without working. But humiliation, she had faced enough of that in life already. She breathed in, lifted her chin slightly, and said, "Deal." The table fell silent. The laughter died. None of them expected her to accept. She placed the tray down and began taking the order. But she didn't speak in simple English. She spoke in clear, fluent, eloquent English, the kind spoken by diplomats and scholars. Raymond's jaw slowly dropped. His friends stared in disbelief. She repeated the entire order flawlessly, tone, accent, perfect grammar. But she didn't stop there. When one of the men tried to trick her by asking something in French, Lena answered him in French without hesitation. The others widened their eyes as she effortlessly continued the conversation in Spanish. Then German. Then Italian. 5 languages. Smooth. Confident. Natural. The entire cafe turned to watch. A quiet waitress revealing a brilliance nobody had ever cared to notice. Raymond's arrogance melted like snow under sunlight. For the first time in years, he had nothing to say. When Lena finished and stepped back, the billionaire sat frozen in his seat, embarrassed beyond words. His friends whispered, "She's incredible. Did you hear that? 5 languages." Raymond finally cleared his throat and reached for his wallet. But Lena gently raised her hand. "I don't want your money," she said softly. "I want respect. Nothing more." Her voice did not tremble. It carried strength, the kind born from suffering, survival, and silent resilience. The billionaire stared at her in awe, not used to being refused. "Wait," he said quietly, how did you learn all that?" Her eyes softened but her heart ached. "When you grow up poor," she replied, "you learn everything you can. Not because you want to impress people, but because life gives you no other choice." Her words struck him deeper than he expected. He watched her walk away, returning to her duties as if she hadn't just shaken the room with her brilliance. But inside Raymond, something began to change. Nobody had ever humbled him, not like that, not with talent instead of anger. The next day, he returned to the cafe, not with friends, not with arrogance, but with sincerity. He asked to speak with Lena privately. She hesitated, worried she might lose her job, but followed him to a quiet corner. Raymond lowered his voice. "I misjudged you, and I'm sorry." She nodded but remained distant. Apologies didn't pay bills. He continued, "I want to hire you, not as a waitress. As a translator for my international company. 5 languages. That's rare. And you deserve more than what this cafe can offer. Lena stared, overwhelmed. The offer sounded unreal. But he added quietly, with full salary, medical support for your mother, and training programs if you want to learn more. For the first time in months, Lena felt her eyes burn with tears, but these were different. Not tears of exhaustion or fear, but hope. A new beginning. She accepted, not because she wanted wealth, but because she finally saw a door open after years of closed ones. Months passed. Lena went from cleaning tables to sitting in glass offices, translating major deals, traveling with teams, and earning more than she had ever dreamed. The billionaire who once mocked her treated her with genuine respect, even admiration. He often told his colleagues, never underestimate someone based on where they stand today. You never know what mountains they had to climb. Lena's mother recovered with proper treatment, and their lives slowly rebuilt. But Lena never forgot the cafe. Sometimes she visited, leaving large tips for the staff, making sure they knew that kindness mattered more than power. And as for Raymond, her success changed him. He became more grounded, more appreciative, more human. He told the story at every business conference, the day a quiet girl taught him the biggest lesson of his life. Because the truth is simple, brilliance often hides in quiet places. And Lena's journey reminded the world that dignity, talent, and strength can live even in the most overlooked hearts. Before you go, if this story touched you even a little, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more powerful stories. Your support means everything, and it helps us bring more inspiring journeys like this to you.